Hi, Sea Stars. So if you have any questions, remember to type it in the chat box so that our nutritionist can help to answer those questions that you have. Okay, so anyone, if you have any questions for our nutritionist, you can put it in the chat box. So before we begin, actually, we also like to ask Sea Stars, besides helping, okay, so we want to ask our nutritionist about if they are able to, even before consuming, before their pregnancy, should they consume spirulina? For ELKEN spirulina is important for all stages of growth development. If kids consume ELKEN spirulina, of course, it is really beneficial for their growth development. So for adults, if you always consume on ELKEN spirulina, it can also help with the cells as it provides a lot of nutrients, and it improves your metabolism and helps you to improve any health conditions that you have, and as well as increase the energy of your body. So actually, ELKEN spirulina can help with all aspects of a human's life. ELKEN spirulina also has a really good anti-inflammatory effect and really high protein. So for adults that are getting old, or like elderlies, or recovering from any wound or injury, ELKEN spirulina is also very beneficial for you. So therefore, as mentioned earlier, ELKEN spirulina can help with all ages. Wow, okay, thank you, Sea Stars. Okay, actually, I can see that in the chat box. There's a lot of people who ask newborn baby and 1-year-old babies, could they eat ELKEN spirulina? And if they could, how much should they eat? So we need to know that ELKEN spirulina is a natural superfood. So as it is natural, before the babies are even born, they can already consume it. So through the mom, right? Through the mom, the baby, the fetus can absorb the spirulina. So for 1 to 2 years old toddlers, so we might worry that would it be suitable for them to consume ELKEN spirulina? So for these type of natural superfoods such as ELG6 and ELKEN spirulina, they are both really beneficial for babies' growth development or kids that are growing up. And replenishing on these natural superfoods can help with their health. So maybe if they grow up and they're already like 12 years old, or they're more at a stable age. So if you only allow them to consume ELKEN spirulina after like they're 12 or something, it might not be as beneficial. So you should allow your babies, your toddlers to consume ELKEN spirulina while they're so young, as they are high in protein. So no matter what age you are, no matter how young you are, ELKEN spirulina is something that our body can absorb and get used to. Okay, thank you. Actually, over here, there's another question in the chat box. So we would like to ask Sea Stars. So I'm sure a lot of moms who are pregnant, they will always get a lot of vitamin B. So if they consume spirulina, should they also consume other vitamin B, or would their vitamins be enough? For pregnant moms, there are some nutrients that there should be an addition of nutrients, such as what Chilin has said, such as protein, calcium, folic acid, and iron. So for this pregnant mom, if you consume enough ELKEN spirulina, sufficient ELKEN spirulina, so you don't, your folic acid and like protein and iron is actually enough. But maybe some moms have some special health conditions. So if you do have some special health conditions, you can additionally consume other types of supplements. Or maybe you can just increase the amount you take for ELKEN spirulina. So there's, you don't really need to go look for other supplements because ELKEN spirulina has the major nutrients that you need. It has the complete nutrients that a pregnant mom needs. So it's not a problem. So just consume ELKEN spirulina, basically.
Okay, thank you. Actually, sea stars would also like to ask that their body is more cold. So would spirulina be able to help them? Oh, iron. If your body lacks iron, has too much iron. So can spirulina help them?
So for this mom, if you have like certain health conditions, of course we need to recommend the intake, the dosage, depending on their health condition. So this person asked if they consume ELKEN spirulina, would it increase the iron in their body? So actually, you don't really need to worry that much because in ELKEN spirulina, iron is not the main nutrients. And there are also many other nutrients. So pairing up with these other nutrients makes it more balanced out. So it wouldn't be much of a problem. So unless you're only consuming calcium supplement, we might worry that, oh, would your calcium levels be too high? So in conclusion, don't worry too much about it. Just consume the normal dosage for the ELKEN spirulina.
So this explanation is really great. So it really explained a lot of the people's questions within the chat box. So another question is that there's a lot of children, little children will always have this chicken pox. So if they have chicken pox, can they consume spirulina?
So we might be concerned whether if newborn babies have GXPD or like some skin condition. So as parents, for sure, we might be really concerned. So actually, there's no need to worry that much. And to improve these skin conditions, we can start from their dietary intake. As mentioned earlier, ELKEN spirulina doesn't affect that much as it is a natural superfood. It wouldn't be too much of a burden to our body, especially. So don't be too worried. As long as they replenish on more nutrients, and this would resolve the skin conditions that they have, that infants or newborn babies have. And ELKEN Spirulina can help to improve the skin condition. And actually, right after the infant baby are born, you can allow them to consume spirulina. But as they are still very young, it'll be better to give them the ELKEN Spirulina in the powder form, as tablets might be a choking hazard to infants or kids. And with this ELKEN Spirulina powder form, it can help them to improve their health condition.
Okay, thank you, C-Star. So one last question is that if people have urine acid and also has gastric, so will it be able to help with will ELKEN Spirulina be able to help?
So for those with gastric or uric acid, it's because they lack protein. So for those who like to consume seafood or like really processed foods, so consuming ELKEN Spirulina is not a worry, because in ELKEN Spirulina, they are not animal protein, they are plant protein instead. And it would actually decrease the risk of getting uric acid or gastric. So we would recommend everyone for people with these problems, to consume less like red meat and consume more ELKEN Spirulina to balance out the toxins and to remove the toxins and uric acid that leads to gastric.
Wow, so I'm sure that this this session really answered a lot of our questions, even though I'm sure that a lot of people's questions aren't able to answered. So if your question aren't able to get answered right now, so it's okay, because our nutritionist C-Stars will also answer your questions on this chat box later throughout this event. Or our C-Stars will be able to put down his email, and then you can ask away your questions and he will for sure reply to your email. So let's thank C-Stars for giving us his time and also explaining such great things.